pulled into Nazareth, was feeling about half past dead. I just need some place where I can lay my head.
I'm from Texas originally, came up here to Minnesota to try to start a new life. The housing part, we had nowhere to go, had nowhere to go. The family that we had here didn't have room for us and didn't know what we were going to do.
I was recently divorced in the last 3-4 years. And was going back to school full-time to get my nursing license. And my biggest thing was getting the help with the medical for my children.
Care aid. When I was in 9th grade, I had to quit school to take care of my terminally ill mother, as well as my younger siblings. About 5 years ago, I was in Maple Townhomes, and that's when I heard about Head Start.
Last winter, our heat bill ranged from $4,000 to $5,000. Our furnace never shut off, and our electric bill was around $250. To help offset our costs, we applied for energy assistance and visited the food shelf present.
I don't enjoy sitting home very much, I can assure you of that.
My goal is to keep volunteering and to stay active and to help when and where I can.
Unfortunately, in 1997, I lost my teaching job and became unemployed. I was part-time employed or unemployed for a while. This was our first experience with Semcac to help.
We've got the emergency and the regular food shelf. We've donated food on time whenever possible. The energy assistance has really helped out, especially these last few winters that we've had. The volunteer driver program has helped out when we were down to one vehicle and I needed to get to the doctor. The drivers came and helped out and got me to my appointments. And I've also been a driver when the Head Start has not had a bus.
We actually weren't going to come to Semcac. We were looking more towards the other organizations that are in the community, and had no idea what it was, had no idea what Semcac was about.
When we were trying to decide whether to send Marty, our youngest, to the Head Start program in Hayfield, we were kind of reluctant. We decided that the Head Start program was a good program overall and that we would decide to send him. We were glad that we did, because one of the first things they determined was that he needed a hearing aid, and that made a big difference in not only his education but in his life.
We filled out a small city grant with Semcac and were approved. Since Semcac has helped us, our energy bills have been cut in half, and our LP tank has been filled probably half as many times as it was last year. Semcac replaced our furnace, refrigerator, installed bathroom vents, and our hot water heater with energy efficient models. The siding and windows, along with the doors, that Semcac had tree-clip construction installed in our house really help our heat situation and our electric bill. They also made our place a lot safer for our children and us by installing smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors.
That they were able to get me involved with the weatherization. So last year they came to my home and they did amazing work. They redid the front door of my home. They caulked around my foundation. They did like 3 hours of work on my furnace, which is amazing. They had put a smoke detector in my laundry room downstairs in my basement. I was working and my daughter was cooking and kept hearing a beeping noise downstairs in the basement, and here there was actually a fire in my laundry room. And if it wasn't for the smoke detector that Semcac had installed in there, I very well could not have a home. In my younger years, Semcac helped me with the Semcac family planning. I used their services for birth control methods, and they were wonderful. I learned so many things from the nurse practitioners and the individuals there. I think that's one of the things that actually guided me to become a nurse. And if it wasn't for their standards of constantly having your female checks, your pap smears done, I would not have known that I had cervical cancer.
Yes, I've been coming here since the mid-90s, I think, and I am now 92, almost 93 years old, but I still enjoy coming, and I love to eat, you know, and of course it shows, you know. But it sure is fun, and I enjoy my ladies here. The ladies that I eat with here are really nice. We come here usually early and discuss things. We discuss the events of the day. But the food is always good, and not only that the food is good, but it's good for us. They have a good selection.
We met, were introduced to Semcac and ended up meeting a lady named Vicki Helen, and our lives have been totally transformed because of her and some other people that have been placed in our lives, helping us maintain a budget to pay our bills and not spend so much time and money on stuff that we used to spend time and money on. After Vicki got us help and got us in here, Mary Jo shows up with about 13 or 14 volunteers from her church, and they fully furnished our whole house. I mean, everything that we have is from them. It's from Vicki and from Mary Jo. Times I think we're not going to make it, you know, Vicki ends up saying the words I need her to say to keep me going.
Being that I don't currently have a car or a license, I was really pleased to know that there's a volunteer driver program through Semcac, in which has helped me a lot. And without them, I really do not think that I would have been able to get to any of the appointments that my children need. Being that my children have special needs, there's times where we may go up there once or twice, you know, in a month, or maybe even 3 times in a month. Without the Head Start program, the ease of going into kindergarten for either one of my children would have been really hard. There's a special teacher there that helped me, and her name is Miss Tracy. She helped me set goals for myself. She always gave me the understanding that I could do something, even like with my license, or like finding a job, doing something that I want to do. You know, it's just amazing. Not only are they focused on the children, they're focused on the adults and the parents.
I have been a volunteer at Semcac, RSVP, Retired Seniors Volunteer Program, for many years. I volunteer 2 hours a week right now at school. And this fall, and for the last 3 falls, I have been engaged with 5th graders in their Battle of the Books program. Somewhere along the line, I think I have baked 1,000 cookies for various organizations. But my favorite project is assembling care bags for children who are going through a tough time, a time of stress and trouble at home, such as a fire or maybe an accident or being taken away from their parents. And we put together a bag that has in it various things for the students, such as color crayons, all kinds of toothbrushes, things that they need, soap, books, and one of the best things that we do is to include an Afghan just for the children, and they are of a smaller size, and we hope to add a toy to that. The best part of being an RSVP volunteer is that I get to do the things that I like to do. I like to crochet, and I like to be with the students at school. And this sort of gives me a sense of accomplishment.
We find the people in Semcac to be very kind, very considerate, very caring. And they also are very efficient and very organized. In fact, they're so efficient that other agencies like to partner with them in providing services. And also, one of the main examples was in the flood. When we had a flood in southeast Minnesota, their budget doubled because the federal government funneled extra funding through them to get to the people, because they did a good job of getting to them quickly. And such a good job, in fact, that it became a model for other community agencies across, community action agencies across Minnesota and across the nation.
And all that stuff makes a big difference to all the people in this community.
Semcac made this process very easy, and staff was great to work with.
We've tried really hard to maintain our life where it is today. It is something that I feel helps people that are helping themselves. Actually, Vicki said that the people that used to contribute to the organizations are now the people that are asking for help.
Sometimes people don't understand that things can be going really well for them personally or as a family, and all of a sudden something suddenly happens and things can go haywire, both financially and emotionally. But it brought us out of our shell. It made us more confident in ourselves to get going and get involved in our community.
Again, without them, I may not have my two beautiful children or be here today. I owe a lot to Semcac Family Planning, both for weatherization and saving my home, and for me personally, for my life and my children.
And I thank God every day for Semcac and the organizations that are out there that help us and help people like us in our situation.